Valentine's Day, the National Day of Love and Romance. This holiday is a day celebrating a man that the Catholic Church recognized as Saint Valentine, a priest who served during 3rd century Rome. Emperor Claudius outruled marriage, saying single men made better soldiers, and Valentine revolted and still performed marriages for young lovers everywhere. Claudius discovered Valentine performing these services and sent him immediately to death. Now that you know the history of this loving day, you can appreciate it all the more. This weekend, when you're giving your loved ones roses and chocolate, make sure you think about Valentine and how he gave his life so his people could love and you could continue to love today.
Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make an origami heart. You will need a sheet of paper, a ruler, scissors, and tape. First, fold the sheet diagonally to create a margin on the side. The roller to create a clean edge. Now cut off the excess margin. Fold the paper to make an X. The top point of the paper and fold it to the half point of the paper. Now bring the bottom point of the paper to the top crease and fold. Now the left point of the paper needs brought to the center crease and folded. Repeat with the right side. Flip the paper over and begin folding the points. Now tape down the folded points. You can leave it as a card, or you can tape it shut. And now you're all done.
Nearly here. Several Oil City staff members are putting together a series of events for students, staff, and community to enjoy. You should add it to your calendars.
How have you been preparing for this year's Pi Day?
We have been talking about the events we're going to organize. We have designed the t-shirt. We have organized a Pi Day Pi K race again this year. So we've been working, when I say we, I mean myself and the Oil City Math and Physics Club, on organizing and planning the events. We've been working on it for over a month now.
For those who don't know, what is the significance of Pi Day?
Pi Day is celebrated traditionally on March 14th. That's 314, and Pi's first 3 digits are 314. Its decimal approximation is 3.14159, and it goes on forever because it's a near rational number. So on March 14th, we celebrate Pi Day and do some fun activities. Some of them are math related, some of them are not math related, but that's the significance of Pi Day. It's just kind of a fun little break in March.
What activities will be held?
The activities we're going to have this year are the pie eating competition and the pie reciting competition, which will both occur on March 14th in a all-school assembly in the gymnasium, most likely. The pie bake-off will occur the Friday before on March 11th. And if you're interested in making a pie, you just come see me and sign up, or the chef or pastries classes will be making pies. And if you're in Math and Physics Club, then you get to taste test the pies in the faculty lounge along with the rest of the faculty here at Oil City High School. So if you're interested in becoming a member of Math and Physics Club, it's too late for this year because Pi Day, hasn't came yet. But if you'd like to be in Math and Physics Club next year, come see me. Join. And also, we're having the Pi Day Pi K. Here's something that's relatively important. The Pi Day Pi K occurs on Saturday, March 12th at 9:30 a.m. And if you're interested in running it, it's a $20 fee, but you'll get a t-shirt, you'll get a pie. If you're in PE this semester, it will also count as your final cardio grade. So if you're in PE, you want to get your final cardio grade out of the way, then sign up, run the Pi Day Pi K here at Oil City High School. Get yourself a t-shirt, maybe a medal, an award, maybe a pie, maybe a trophy, and get your final for PE out of the way.
What, if anything, are you planning on doing different this year?
We fine-tuned Pi Day, so it's a celebration that doesn't need to be really tweaked. We will do the same competition that we did last year, where the 4 officers of Math Club will get to ask me a math-related question that I will have to solve without a calculator. And if I get it right, I get to pie them in the face. And if I get it wrong, they get to pie me in the face. So that's fun.
What is the significance of pi to mathematics?
It's used to find a lot of things in mathematics. It's used in radian measure, finding the area of a circle, circumference, volume, surface area of a sphere. Anything that's circular that you're trying to find dimensions of, pi is relatively important.
This week's movie of the week is Star Wars Episode 7: The Force Awakens. 3 decades after the defeat of the Galactic Empire, a new threat arises. The First Order attempts to rule the galaxy, and only a ragtag group of heroes can stop them, along with the help of the Resistance. Director J.J. Abrams, writers Lawrence Kasdan and J.J. Abrams.
I was raised to do one thing, but I've got nothing to fight for.
Nothing will stand in our way.
Starring Harrison Ford as Han Solo, Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, Adam Driver as Kylo Ren, Daisy Ridley as Rey, John Boyega as Finn, Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron, Lupita Nyong'o as Maz Kanata,
All of it.
Andy Serkins as Supreme Leader Snoke, Domhnall Gleeson as General Hux, Anthony Daniels as C-3PO, Max von Sydow
A Jedi.
as Lor San Tekka, Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca, Indeline Christie as Captain Phasma, and Jonas
It's calling to you.
Suotamo as Chewbacca Double.
So which one of you two came up with the idea for Fridays in Focus?
Me.
That would be Dan. It would.
I wanted to do a What's Up Wednesday package, and then we were like, you know what? Why would we do it shorter on Wednesdays if we could just turn it into our own show?
Yeah.
So then we were like, hey, Mr. McLaughlin, can we do our own talk show? And he was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, he didn't really care. He was just like, eh.
What's involved in the planning of each episode?
Step 1 is to be as disorganized as
Yeah.
possible. And then we find somebody and we say, hey, would you like to be on Fridays in Focus? And then 5 of them say
And-
no.
Yeah.
And then finally when somebody says, yeah, sure, I have to say, okay, do you want to talk about something specific?
And they're like,
And then they're like, I don't know.
yeah, exactly.
Like, and I'm like, okay, well then we're going to talk about this. And then
yeah.
what happens is we try to film on a Monday and nothing goes right. And then we end
Yeah.
up filming
on a Thursday,
like a Thursday,
and
10th period.
I have to stay
or
up all
after
night
school.
editing.
Everyone sees me and they're like, okay, it's dance trip, but like it's kind of gyms because whenever
Yeah.
we're going to record, we set up the chairs, and I sit in the chairs and listen to music.
Yeah,
And
pretty
Jim
much.
runs around.
Pretty much.
Trying to do 600 things to get it to work. Like people recognize me from Friday
Yeah.
Focus, but really it's Jim that does all of them.
The library. Where did that idea come from that you should be in a library?
Jim, I want to like have like a specific location
Yeah.
that's like super sophisticated and I'm like all
Yeah.
fancy, and we can seem like we're professional even though we're not.
Yeah.
Because I had said like I wanted it to be a library because I was like, you know, like it just seems all fancy, and I'm like, we can put a fire in the background and like you can just be sitting there, and you know it'll be a fun time. Literally searched for probably at least a half hour.
So throughout a week, how many times does the idea for the episode change?
I don't really think it's like set in stone
Well,
until
yeah.
we are actually here and start filming because
I mean,
like
usually whenever we have an idea, we usually do that
yeah.
up until something goes wrong. With the episode we filmed with Dylan and we did the water war challenge, that idea changed because we wanted to do a video game
Yeah.
episode where we both like we played a video game and we couldn't get that to
and
work.
talked about it, and we were gonna hook McLaughlin's
So,
PS3 up to the ATEM.
finally,
and it was just utter.
We said, you know what, we're just gonna dump water on each other in the freezing cold.
So which episode has been your favorite to film, each of you?
I would honestly have to say my favorite was probably the one we just did with Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Oh,
Because
that was my least favorite.
because although it was stressful and there was a lot of choice words that you guys didn't see, it gave me a chance to come on camera and do the other side of it. So I thought it was kind of fun.
So Dan, which one was your favorite?
Oh man, I have to say probably, I don't know if have we aired an episode where I actually am with Cole? Because
did.
that's my favorite. Because
Did we do this? Because if so, it is.
We've done it 500 times.
It was
because things kept going wrong.
It was a good.
The
good couple
resolution
times.
got messed up. One of them didn't get okayed. Many of you people probably don't know this, but Cole Femvich is my best friend. Bringing him onto the show was basically like just having an everyday conversation.
Yeah.
And it was really simple because basically we just sat there and talked.
Yeah.
And you could give me and Cole any topic and we could probably talk about it and be entertaining for an hour. Or at least I think would be entertaining, but probably not.
Yeah.
I think me and Cole enjoyed it every time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wrap this up with one last question. What do you want to come out of Fridays in Focus?
We kind of just want to reach all audiences, and so the idea is basically Fridays in Focus is whatever we want it to be that week. So sometimes it's a talk show, sometimes it's a game show.
Exactly. It's not like
sometimes it's a tournament where we force teachers to against their will play video games.
Right. Right.
But
which can be really exciting, by the way.
I think the biggest idea is that it isn't necessarily my talk show or Jim's talk show.
Yeah.
It's like a show where people come on the show and they can talk about the things that interest them and their friends.
Yeah.
Or we can play a video game that we really think is cool.
It's just kind of literally whatever you want it to be.
Hello everybody, I'm Tyler Silvis, and this is SAT Prefix of the Week. This week's SAT prefix is auto, which means self. The first word on our list is autobiography, which means an account of a person's life written by that person. The next word on our list is autograph, which means a signature, especially that of a celebrity, written as a memento for an admirer. The next word on the list is automobile, which means a road vehicle typically with 4 wheels powered by an internal engine. The next word on our list is autopilot, which is short for automatic pilot. The next word on our list is autotroph, which means an organism that is able to form nutritional organic substances from simple inorganic substances such as carbon dioxide.
Hey guys, we've heard you complaining about us needing 2-hour delays and cancellations, and what classes we go to after a 2-hour delay. So we decided to ask Mr. Gavin and Mr. Stahl about it. What conditions need to be met for 2-hour delays and cancellations?
Well, the other superintendents in the county and we talk early in the morning from 3 o'clock on, especially when we know that there's snow that's coming or is coming. Our bus contractor goes out, tests the roads, especially the back roads, with buses to kind of get a feel for what condition the road is in and where things are at. We also take into consideration the forecast. If the snow is expected to stop, say, by 5 o'clock or by 7 o'clock, then that helps us determine what we have to do. If we know that the snow's not going to let up until 9 o'clock, then maybe we consider cancellation because the roads aren't going to get any better, and no matter how much time the city or how much time the plows get a chance to get out and clear the roads, it's the snow is going to continue to accumulate. Part of that weather, and we've had a couple times where this has come into play. Sometimes if it gets too cold, and our general, we generally consult with the American Pediatrics as well as other agencies, and what they're telling us is if the wind chill gets below 15 degrees, then there's concern with kids being out waiting for the bus, at bus stops, or even breathing that air in. Young kids tend to have more issues with breathing that cold air. Other things that come into play with cancellations would be natural disasters, which we haven't had too much of that occurring around here. Water. We've had a couple of times over the years where a particular building loses water, and the state health department mandates that buildings must have a water supply in order to have kids and and have school in effect. So there's been times where we sent buildings of kids home because of water issues, but most of the cancellations and delays are weather related.
What happens to the school schedule in place of a 2-hour delay or cancellation?
Typically, we try to create a consistent schedule so that the amount of minutes is consistent throughout the school year when days are impacted by weather. So, give you an example, the first 2-hour delay this year fell on the semester break, which is kind of atypical. But we decided to stay with first period because it was the start of a new semester and we wanted all students to know where they're supposed to be on that first day of a new semester. What the next 2-hour delay schedule will be like, we'll go to first period class. We'll be there for roughly 7 minutes. Attendance will be taken. Our vocational technical students will be dismissed to go to the VOTEC for the remaining portion of time. And then students will report to second period for 40 minutes. Then we'll move to our fifth period and a regular schedule will resume at that point in time. For subsequent 2-hour delays, we'll go first period for 7 minutes for attendance. Then we'll move to third period for 40 minutes and then go to fifth period and a regular day will resume. The following day, 2-hour delay would be first period for 7 minutes and then we would go to fourth period for 40 minutes and fifth period would resume a regular schedule. Should we have additional ones, we'd go back and start all over again and with first period.
What happens if a shelter in place is called and a lunch period is missed?
Well, we have a very good working relationship with Nutrition Incorporated, and our staff is extremely flexible to ensure that if a student needs to get a lunch period, we make sure that that happens. So what we would probably do in a situation like that would be to shorten lunch periods to accommodate students and kind of put together a very similar schedule to what a 2-hour delay would look like.
What happens if weather becomes too bad during school?
If we can safely get the buses to school and back on their routes, then we'll do that. We'll call school early, like an early dismissal. Short of that, again, it's never happened to us, but we are prepared to have kids stay here in a extreme emergency, spend the night here, again, rather than to put them in harm's way. And, in addition, not having parents come up to get you, because if the roads are that bad, then we really don't want anybody else on the road.
On February 13th, 2014, almost 2 years ago, Oil City High School experienced a tragedy. We lost Jensen Potts, And the Potts family would like to honor his second annual anniversary with food, drinks, a DJ, and karaoke. And they're also taking donations for their local Humane Society. I sat down with Jack and Chastity, Jensen's parents, to talk about what the family was planning. What are you planning to do for Jensen's second annual anniversary?
Yes. We would like friends and family to show up at the Cornflower Fire Hall. Food, drinks, karaoke, and some dancing.
Okay. And where and when will it be held?
The 13th at 4 to 8 at Cornflower Fire Hall.
Okay. And you're collecting some money. Would you like to explain what that's for?
Not really want to collect money. We want to collect anything that has to do with animals for the Humane
Like
Society.
collars, treats.
If anybody's got old blankets,
Yeah.
dog
cat
food,
litter,
cat
anything.
litter, stuff like that is what we really don't want cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then who would you like to see at the event?
Anybody and anything.
This is to celebrate Jensen's memory. And for Jensen's Sweet 16, he wanted to have the DJ and karaoke. So we think that right now is the best time for it.
Yeah. Okay. And did you want people to contact you if they plan on attending?
If they could, that'd be great.
Okay. And how would you like them to get a hold of you?
Well, most of them know how to get a hold of us.
Yeah.
Call
She's
us,
good with all that
call
stuff.
us, Facebook.